Hey kids! So as promised, we're going to be visiting a Christmas tree farm and cutting down a Christmas tree. That's something we always did when my kids were growing up. And the Christmas tree promotion board actually reached out to me and asked me if this is something I wanted to do, and I thought, of course, this is a natural because this is something we've always done. We've always done it the day after Thanksgiving, and kept that tradition going throughout the year. So we've got photos of the kids when they were little all the way up, and we've tried to make it a family thing where we go in and we cut, and I give the kids a turn, and yeah, and so it's kind of more of an adventure. So, 2020 has been a tough year for all of us, and I would encourage you, if you've never got a real tree before, to go try it. It's pretty fun. It's pretty, I think it makes for more lasting memories. And they smell amazing too, so we really enjoy that. So, and if you don't have a place to cut a tree down, you can just, get it from a tree lot, and then, and just do it that way too. So, anyway, I do have a dad joke for you before we get started. So the oak tree was teasing the Christmas tree. So the Christmas tree said, "Hey, quit needling me." And the oak tree said, "Okay, I'll leave you alone." So anyway, let's get started. Okay. Pretty exciting.
Oh, mine's more like a cactus tree.
I like I do like the needles.
Yeah.
They're kind of cool.
I like this guy.
This guy?
Yeah.
Looks like a pumpkin.
That's what I mean. Kind of like him.
So yeah, this is how they replenish them. They, you can see from a few years ago, one was cut down, and then they planted another one, and then that was cut down, and then they planted another one. So it's a crop that they just replenish every year.
Sure, this one, hon?
I think it's true.
Oh, wow, yeah. That one was big.
Yeah, that was a massive tree there. What about this one?
How about this mom? You like it?
It's up to you. You're the one who's gonna cut it. This is the bottom one?
Oh, she hides behind a tree.
There's the tree right on the end. Beautiful. Do you want to cut, or you want me to start? And they usually give you a knee pad like this too, so you won't get wet. Kind of nice. You want to start it, or you want me to?
You want to start, and then I can continue?
Okay, so normally we would just start off and just start cutting away. And with my kids, when they were little, we would always include them. So we'd kind of take turns, and so I'd usually go do the hard part, and then I don't know if they know that or not, but anyway, we kind of work our way through it, and it's pretty easy. You just kind of work your way around the tree. So I'm about halfway through, and then I'm just going to let Christine take a turn, get everybody involved.
We're about 3/4 of the way,
Nice.
I think.
Do you want me to finish it? We're almost through it. Okay. There we go. Is it separated? Yeah, nice.
Sweet.
Okay, there we go. Now we just gotta haul it back, and we're gonna end up baling it. So like I said before too, they'll end up planting another little tree right here where that one's been cut, so that it'll grow up for future years.
Woo!
Nice.
Success.
Now we gotta pick it up and carry it.
Woo!
Okay, so we just cut down the tree, and that at tree farms they have a tree shaker. So this is the tree shaker here, and so you just put it in there, or they do it, so that when you get home it gets rid of the needles for you. So.
Alright, is that good?
Yeah. Nice, yeah. Wasn't that fun? So now this is the baler. We're gonna have Colin do that for us too, but I just wanted to show you that. So we just shook the tree. Now we're gonna go ahead and have him bale it. So when it's baled, it makes it pretty easy to handle, you know, than a bigger tree. But you can do either one, and we can carry it together, or I can just pick it up myself. So you want the heavy end?
I can pick that.
I'm kidding.
You want it? Okay. Are you just gonna take
See, I can actually just carry it myself. So, yeah.
I'm just
Well,
kidding.
here you go. Let you be a part of it.
Yeah.
And when you put it on your car or your vehicle, whether you have it baled or not, you want to have this side facing forward, right? Because that's going to catch air when you're driving. So you want to have it facing this way. And you could even, we didn't, but you could actually lay down a tarp first. So, because there's going to be sap involved when you're dealing with a real Christmas tree, but that's what makes it smell so good, right? So you got to put up with a little bit of sap. Okay, so now we just got to strap it in. Got some twine. Do we want to try the ratchet straps?
Side tutorial on ratchet straps.
Hey, we have one of those.
In this case, we're going to use this orange rope. Most places will normally give you twine, but just so that way you can see how we're tying.
Yeah, I usually like to use rope just because
Yeah.
twine, I mean, they're going to give you enough twine to go back and forth, but
Right.
you know, you always see people on the road with like, they're hauling a mattress and the mattress is flapped up. You always want to overkill on this. You really do. You want to go back and forth, especially if you're driving for any length of time. Make sure you have that thing tied down really good, because if you don't, you might get home and you might not have a tree on top of your car anymore. So, all right, so we're just gonna go back and forth a few times and we'll be good. I don't have any special knot for this. You know, you wanna get into something. There's a cross beam coming here, so you want to get into that. If I put it here, right, it could slip and slide this way. You want to try to get into some sort of cross beam. So, Christine, we're actually gonna go crossways.
Okay. So short.
We got plenty of rope here. Again, make sure you're cinching it down. I'm gonna go back across this way.
Okay.
And actually on this one, Christine, if we could kind of wrap it a couple times,
Sure.
yeah, so then the rope kind of goes upon itself and keeps it tight.
Do you think we have enough rope?
I don't know how many times we can use that rope, the rope joke. Christine's gonna end up.
Tied to the top.
It's not going anywhere really, but last thing we want is for you to lose your tree.
I thought that was one more rope joke. It's not.
Nice catch.
What are we gonna do with the rest of the rope?
Whoa.
Look out.
So what we want to actually do is we're going to wrap it around that.
Okay.
It's good to get a piece of your tree too, right? So do it. Yeah, there you go. So we made it home and the tree's still there. So we did a good job tying it down. Doesn't look like anything moved. And we actually took it on the freeway too, which normally I try to get a place that's fairly close so we're not having to drive so far, but just in case, just make sure you tie it down good. So now we're just gonna untie it and take it back into the house.
Woo.
Boy, whoever tied this did a great job. All right. And there we go. So with this tree, when you cut it yourself, you usually don't have to cut off the bottom. But if you pick it up at a tree lot, you want to make sure to cut off like a 1/2 inch, because what happens is those trees, when they've been cut down for a while, the sap actually seals that bottom up. And so we want to make sure we cut a piece off, like a 1/2 inch. Okay, so now we're going to put the tree in. This is the base we have. A lot of the bases are similar like that, where they've got screws. And so we're going to go ahead and put this in. And then all you actually have to add is water. You know, for years, they always try to sell you some sort of additive, but it has actually been proven that really all you actually need is water, and it's actually what's best for it. So imagine that. Save you a little bit of money there. So we'll just go ahead and put this thing in.
Oh.
Put it through my ceiling. And there's usually like a spike at the bottom, so you probably saw that before we pulled out. So there's a spike that you can kind of pivot it around on. So you lift it up a little bit. There we go. And then we'll just screw this in. And you want to kind of get these pretty close to even, right? Where you don't want it off center, where you've got just a little stub here and a big long one here. You want to try to keep it in the center. And another thing that spike at the bottom does is it keeps it off the ground, keeps it off the bottom of the stand so that it can suck up water. Because imagine if this was flat on on the bottom of the base, then it would have a harder time sucking up the water. And we'll get this close, and then we'll cut this string and see what we got, and then we can always adjust. Okay, so be careful with when you're cutting these, right? Because you don't want the thing to just come flying open. But
Ooh.
voila.
Ooh, it's falling over.
Yeah, it's fine.
Woo!
There we go.
Let go?
We can try it.
I think it's staying.
Ah.
You did it!
Okay, so you do want to make sure that you keep it watered. So you want to check this every day, right? Don't let it run all the way down, because if it does, then that bottom will seal again, right? So you want to keep it watered, right? So, especially at the beginning, at the very beginning, if you don't do this, yeah, it's going to want to suck up a lot of water at the beginning. So fill it up. I'd fill it up probably, you know, the bottom of that tree is about that far down there. I'd go maybe just like an inch above or an inch below the top of my stand. So you want to make sure there's plenty of water there, so it can just keep getting sucked up. Okay? So remember, trees are a seasonal crop. So they're farmers, just like if he was growing carrots or potatoes, he's growing trees. And so he grows those trees to be harvested, and you come in, you cut it down, and then they plant a new one. So make sure to look at it that way, rather than, you know, that it's hurting the environment. It's actually good for the environment, and you want to make sure to recycle the trees at the end of the season too. So remember, if you buy your tree at a lot, you want to cut a half an inch off of the bottom, right, so that water can suck up in there. Because otherwise, if the ones that are sitting in the tree lots have been sitting there for a while, they've been harvested a while ago, and so they seal over with sap. The tree's trying to protect itself; it's sealing over with sap, and so you want to actually cut a portion off just so that it can start sucking the water up. And you always want to keep an eye on the water too. Make sure you don't let it dry out. So, right, as that water starts to go down, don't let it get down below the bottom of the tree, because otherwise it's going to start sealing up again. So you want to make sure the water stays above the bottom of the tree. And keep your tree away from sources of heat, right? So otherwise it's going to dry it out. So be smart with that. And like I said, make sure to recycle the tree when you're done at the end of the year. And visit itschristmaskeepitreal.com to find where you can get your own live Christmas tree. Okay, so, and we'll put that in the notes too, in the description of the video. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas.